Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Moron Todung, or Todung for short if you haven't been here before, and today I am making a video about how to finesse your way through university. That sounds like you're gonna scam somebody, but it's okay, we're not scammers here. So today we're going to talk about how to finesse or finance your way through university. Oh my god. So I know university is expensive. I've been going to university for 3 years now. In the fall will be my 4th and my last year of university, and I know how hard it is to go to university. So I have some tips for you to go to university without being in debt. Pretty much you can do it. I believe that it is a possible thing because that is what I'm doing, and that is what has worked for me for the past 3 years and into my 4th year. By the time I'm done university, I won't have any student loans to pay back or anything like that, so I will be a free woman. So my first tip for you, if you're going into university, if you're watching this video and you're in high school, is to apply for scholarships and bursaries. I suggest that people should apply for as many as they can. I know sometimes people think they're not qualified enough to apply for scholarships or bursaries, or think, oh, my grades are not good enough, or I'm not good enough. I don't think that is a way to approach scholarships or bursaries. I just always say, like, give it a shot. What's the best thing that's gonna happen? You get the scholarship. And then what's the worst thing that's gonna happen? You don't get the scholarship, but then you have experience in filling out the forms and asking for reference letters and just knowing what they want. When you fill out the scholarships in high school, there's so many scholarships that are given out when people are going from high school to universities, and it's always better to not only fill out the scholarships that are, say, 500 or 300, because all the money adds up, and then you get 500 here, 300 here, 300 there. That's like $1,100. And even though it doesn't seem like a lot when you start school, it is a good amount of money, because it's hard to make that money when you're in school and you're working at the same time. The other thing I was thinking about is also apply for scholarships that are like multi-year scholarships. So some scholarships just require you to have an average of 3.0 or above 3.0 GPA, and then they'll renew it for another semester or another year. I think those ones are better just because then you have an incentive. I don't think money should be an incentive, but it's almost a little moral support for you to do better in school and just to keep your grades up. If you know, okay, well, if I do well this semester, then I'm getting like $2,000 another semester. It is possible for people to get scholarships. I think sometimes people don't look at that area. People just think, oh, let me just apply for a student loan because it's easier. Or I've never applied for a loan before, so I really don't know how it works. But in my hearsay of listening to people apply for student loans and stuff like that, I feel like people just apply for them because it's easier to apply for, as opposed to scholarships. Scholarships require a lot more work. Some of them require volunteer experience, some of them require community services and stuff like that. So, but I think it is worth it for you to go the extra mile, apply for the scholarship. Yes, it's gonna take like 3 days for you to fill out the form, but if you worked, it would take you more than 3 days to acquire the money. And I think things like getting on the dean's list, being active in the community, volunteering, all those stuff helps towards not just your school results or anything like that, but for you as a person. Like, it helps you grow. It helps you feel like, oh, I can do better, I can help people. Alright, my second advice is, if you want to save money in university, don't spend too much money on food. Like, sometimes this has totally happened to me before, and I completely understand. It's like your first year, you don't know what's going on, you're spending $7 on a fruit salad. My parents aren't Bill Gates. Why am I spending $7 on a fruit salad? You know, it doesn't make any sense. It's better when you go home. I think it's always good to do things like this on Sundays. Like, if you don't work on Sundays, like I don't work on Sundays, I'll go home on Sundays and I'll try to make a fruit salad for like the next week. You can buy the fruits and make the fruit salad for more than 7 days for less than $35. Third tip would be, don't spend unnecessary money. And by unnecessary money, I mean like money for parking, money for gas. And let me explain myself. This is different for different people. If you live close to school, I am not of the school of thought that you need to spend money driving to school. That's just how I think about it, because depending on where you park, like I could either park in two places at my school that are convenient for me. One of them is $588 per semester. So that means if I'm paying for 2 semesters, I'm paying about $1,100 or $1,200. Or I could park somewhere which is farther from my school, but then I pay $210 for the whole semester. So 2 semesters would be $420. Now, for me, that's still a lot of money to spend on parking because I live near school. With my school tuition, we have a sticker that is good for, I think, about 3 months. It's good for the whole semester if you're a full-time student. So I would just take the extra time to wake up early, or even take my classes, like schedule my classes for like say 10 a.m. as opposed to 9 a.m. I think you can save so much money that way as opposed to spending money on paying for parking and then paying for gas. However, if you do live far from school, then this advice doesn't work for you, just because I have lived far from my university, where if I took transit, it would take me about 50 minutes to an hour to get to school, as opposed to if I drove, it would take me 25 to 35 minutes. My fourth tip would be this is not a finance tip, this is just like a bonus tip, if you want to think of it as one, would be if you can take your classes and finish in 4 years and you have the financial ability to finish in 4 years, don't hold it out for too long, just because like university is fun, but it also gets tiring because sometimes you just want to chill and like do whatever, but you can't do that because you're taking spring and summer classes. For me, what I did was I didn't know how university was before I started, obviously, and I had a gap year between my high school and university, so having that kind of 1 year to really think about what I wanted to do and why I wanted to do what I wanted to do really gave me a boost when I was going to university. So I felt like I already missed out on 1 year, and I felt the need to catch up on the year that I missed out on, even though you don't have to do that, but that's just the kind of person I am. So what I did was I took 4 classes in my fall semester, and I took 5 classes in my winter semester. And the reason I took 4 classes in my fall semester was because I didn't know if I could handle taking 5 classes in my winter semester, and then I took 2 spring classes. So that means I have 1 extra class, right? So that way, say come next year, I didn't have the money to pay for being able to take 5 classes, then I already have 1 extra class, so I could just take 4, and then my scholarship would help pay for the 4 classes that I was taking. That's also one thing that I would recommend that people do. But luckily for me, I was able to take 5 classes again in the fall semester and 5 classes again in the winter semester, and took 2 classes in the spring semester. So that way I have 3 classes extra. I didn't have to take any spring or summer classes in my 3rd year because I already have so many classes left. Like I have extra classes that I was supposed to take in my 4th year that I already took. I'm just going to be taking 3 classes in the fall and 3 classes in the winter, and I'm graduated. Congratulations. Just kidding. Yeah, so I just have to take 3 classes in the fall, 3 classes in the winter, and I'm done school. And the way I was able to do this was by applying for scholarship, by applying for bursaries, and thankfully to God, God has been so good to me, and thankfully to my mom, who always pushes me to apply for more. Like sometimes I feel like, oh, I already have enough scholarships, I'm good. My mom's like, apply. So she pushes me to apply. Honestly, I had the best professors, and every time or whenever I need a reference letter, I just go to them and ask for one, and they've been so kind that they would write one out for me. I am of the school of thought that you can go to university and not spend a whole bunch of money if you're willing to put in the work. Just realize that you're spending 4 years here and treating it like a 4-year contract, treating it like a commitment, and it's like you're not going to be in school forever. That's how I believe it is. I'm not going to be in school forever. I'm only going to be here for 4 years. why not just dedicate 4 years of my life and know, okay, I'm here to be here for 4 years, might as well get the best I can out of it. I know that people hate going to school, and it honestly does not help if you hate going to school. Like for me, I think the reason I'm so motivated in going to school and doing well in school is because I really like what I take in school. Like it's not that I'm taking something I'm forced to take or something I'm not really interested in, or something that it's like, oh, I'm just taking it to while away time. No, it's because I like what I do and I'm passionate about it. And the fifth rule to saving money in university is by buying used books. You can see people on Kijiji sometimes are selling their books. People that have taken the classes before are selling their books. Like if your school has like a website, well obviously every school has a website, but their website where people sell the books that they've used before, just buy used books. And or even sometimes people are willing to give their books away for free, so you just have to have the right connections, or for like a cheaper price. You just have to try to like get sometimes I feel like the universe kind of sees where you're coming from and it just helps you out, because there have been so many times where I could have spent so much of my money, but because I was like trying to find ways to reduce the amount of money I was spending on school, I definitely got like what I wanted. And I think just going in with a good mindset and knowing that you can do it really helps. I don't know if anyone's ever tried living a debt-free life. It's so chill. Like you will save money and you will spend your money on whatever you want to spend your money on, because you don't have to pay for debt, as opposed to when you have debt, just credit cards alone. You feel like you have a credit card and you're owing some money. It's like, oh bruh, now I have to calculate how much from my paycheck I need to pay off on the credit. Like, no, you can go to school and still have a chill life and still have a fun life, and you know, not die from stressing about paying out student loans. Another tip is to not depend on your credit card for schooling. What I mean by this is I'm not talking about paying for your school, I'm talking about expenses. So it's like, oh well, I can just put my lunch on my credit card, or I can just put this on my credit card, that on my credit card. The thing is, it adds up, and then all of a sudden you have this huge bill, and then you'll have interest on top of that bill if you can't pay it off. So I don't believe in like spending money off of your credit card for school. For me, this is personally what I do. So when I get paid, I'll take out, say, a certain amount of money from my paycheck as cash, and then I'll spend that during the school week. So say this is just an estimate, like I don't think I spend this much at school. Let's say I take out $100 and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna spend $100 at school in a week. So I'm spending $100 in a week. So that $100 includes like stationery, food, coffee, and like say my best friend and I want to go to Kinjo's for sushi or something like that. I don't really like sushi like that, but I'm just using it as an example. So it's for things like that, and I always try to still have some money at the end of the week so I can put that towards the money for another week. So the main reason I'm making this video today is because I want people to know that they can go to school without having to be in debt. Like, you don't have to be in debt, especially if you're willing to work hard, if you're willing to treat school like a 4-year commitment, like a contract. You can definitely go to school and not be broke. You can go to school and be done and not be in debt. Yeah, that's pretty much all the advice I have for you, and this is the advice that I've been using on myself for the past 3 years, and I will be using this advice for my next 1 year in university and probably when I go to grad school. Thank you guys for watching my video. If you guys like to see more of these like advice videos for how to get through university, or how to get good grades in university, or how to study in university, take notes and stuff like that, I would be ecstatic to like make videos like that, because I'm like that. So yeah, thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. All right, bye.